Welcome to Greggles TV Daily. Hope you're having a fantastic day. We've been talking a lot about the Galaxy Z Fold 6. Today is no different. Tomorrow we actually should be talking about the new Samsung Galaxy Ring. It's due to be dropped, some information, official information about that, either today or tomorrow. So I will probably most definitely have some information in tomorrow's news video. But today, again, about the Galaxy Z Fold 6. Some of this is going to be a rehash of stuff we've heard yesterday, but then it's going to be new stuff we haven't talked about as well. And we're going to dive deeper into some more details, some new stuff about the new Galaxy Z Fold 6. I'm so getting this next phone. I can't wait for it. Bye-bye Galaxy Z Fold 5. Mwah. Let's talk about the Galaxy Z Fold 6. This tweet comes from Ravegnas, who's saying this is a news roundup by U1122, improvement points of the Fold 6 compared to the Fold 5. Again, we talked about some of this stuff, but it goes into a little bit more detail that I wanted to cover. So improved ultra thin glass tactility and durability. That's the glass that's on the bigger display. That's the ultra thin glass, so it's gonna be more tactile and more durable. Tactile is like when you touch it. Durability is gonna be, obviously, if you drop it, it's gonna have more durability to not just break on you. The enhanced hinge thickness and durability. So the thickness of the hinge is going to go down, and then also it's gonna be more durable, which it's already pretty great in terms of its durability on the Z Fold 5. I feel like I don't hear as many people complaining about theirs broke at all, especially when I look on Reddit or anything like that. I know people still does, but basically it's been very good with that, so very impressed. Thinner overall thickness. Now there's reasons we're gonna get into why they're wanting to make it thinner and not keep it at its thickness or make it thicker and put an S Pen in there, and that's really the reason why. So thinner overall. Titanium finish, which would be different from the S24 Ultra composition. So you get that titanium all the way around the phone, and it's gonna feel and be a little bit different, at least the finish will be, versus what we get with the S24 Ultra. An improved under display camera, focus on aperture and appearance improvement rather than the pixel count. So it doesn't sound like we're gonna get much better photos per se, but you'll just be able to see it even less, because at certain angles and certain colors of the screen you can still see it. They improved it for Fold 4 to the Fold 5, but it's gonna be even more improved in that regard versus the Fold 5 going up to the Fold 6. We're gonna have a design similar to the S24 series, frame design code, which we kind of already spoke about. Battery, he's saying approximately 5% increase. We've heard 4,600 milliamps versus 4,400 on the Fold 5. So I didn't do the math. Is 200 more milliamps 5%? It probably is. Areas under consideration, although not confirmed. We talked about this yesterday, where there potentially will be a 1 terabyte model with 16 gigs of RAM, which would be really nice, because I know a lot of people want to be able to hold this phone for years on end, and it'd be nice to not only have a ton of storage, but also to have a lot of RAM so that the phone performs better as it gets older. The weight of the Fold 5 weighed between 247 grams to 257 grams. The final released model of the Fold 5 weighed 253 grams. He's saying that the Fold 6 will be lighter, somewhere between 240, low 240s to late 240s, and then he expects it to weigh somewhere between, if it's gonna be in the middle, it's gonna be between, which is lighter than both of these, you're probably expecting 245 to 248, somewhere in that range. So a lighter overall phone. S Pen slot, highly unlikely of not being included in the Fold 6. Reducing hinge thickness for weight is the top priority. So I know some people do want that S Pen to be integrated. They're not integrating it because they want to make this phone lighter and thinner. And if you integrate it, it's just not gonna fully be able to happen, I guess, with the phones at this time. Other anticipated aspects: external display changing differently from the current ratio. This is the current ratio, and become almost identical to competitors' products from China. This getting thicker on the outside, they want to make it thicker, and it's going to be a little bit more comparable to what you get with the Chinese versions of the phone from Huawei, from Xiaomi, from OnePlus or Oppo. So it's going to look a little bit more like that, which we've seen some renders and heard it's going to be thicker as well. The almost maintaining the camera hardware specs with some improvements. And it's kind of what we heard. It's going to keep the same camera hardware, but it's going to improve on a software kind of level. Launch price, no specific discussions yet, but similar atmosphere to the S24. If you remember the S24, That got a price that was a little bit higher. At least the Ultra was $100 more. So don't be completely surprised if this ends up being $100 more than the previous generation. Maybe instead of $1799, it'll be $1899. Prepare for aggressive pricing setting for the so-called light model. So there's rumors of the Z Fold 5 or 6, whatever they call it, Fan Edition, and that potentially could be priced at about $1,400. That's one of the rumors I'm seeing. We'll see if that ends up being true or not. And then expectation of simultaneous announcement of new services linking Galaxy Ring, Galaxy smartphones overall to all of that. So a lot of exciting developments and features and overall hardware coming to the Z Fold 6 with a phone that's due to be I think it's going to be their best selling fold ever, especially if they make a lot of these things that we think they're going to do. I think it's going to make a big bang in the market, especially in North America and a lot of the other places where the Chinese foldables aren't supreme or king or even released at all. Let me know your thoughts so far on what we talked about today. Have a great day and we'll see you down the road. Peace.